TV shows. And also, Keith was on the finale show of The Finder. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Keith Coleman and Ruby Tuesday and a tribute to Johnny Cash.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. I hear that train rolling down the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. I ain't dragging on. That train keeps rolling all down the side. I was just a baby, my mama told me, John, always be a good boy, don't never play with guns. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. That train keeps rolling, I hang my head and cry. From some fancy dining car, probably drinking coffee, smoking big cigars. I know I had it coming, I know I can get free. That train keeps rolling, that's what tortures me. I'd probably move it on a little farther down the line, far from Folsom Prison, that's where I want to stay. I'd let that lonesome whistle blow my blues away. Thank you very much, I ain't no Johnny Cash. Ladies and gentlemen, I get to do my favorite thing in the whole world. That's a tribute to the great Johnny Cash, the only human on the planet Earth, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Country Music Hall of Fame, Songwriter Hall of Fame, and Folk Music Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen. Very special man, ladies and gentlemen. Got started in Memphis, Tennessee, along with Elvis Presley, Carl Perkins, Roy Orbison, all them rabble-rousers down there. The problem with Memphis is there was nowhere you could play live. You had to go to the Louisiana Hayride if you wanted to play live. That's the first time Johnny Cash ever got to see Elvis play live, was at the Louisiana Hayride. He was so impressed with Elvis, he wrote a special song just for Elvis. But then he found out that Elvis had sent a love note to his potential future girlfriend, June Carter. He decided he wasn't going to give that song to Elvis. He was going to keep it for himself. And he did. And it's a good thing he did, because he made a lot of money off this song, ladies and gentlemen. I want to play it for you right now. See if you can remember this tune. Well, get rhythm. If you got the blues, get rhythm. If you got the blues, all the talk about diamond shoes, do a big lot of good when you get rhythm. If you got the blues, she shine more than ever gets down. You got the dirtiest job in town, bending low at the people's feet, in the corner of the windy street. That's the blues that shine my shoes, how you get from getting the blues. Screaming and shook it in a little hip hop, she sang red. Then I said, get brother. You got the blues, have you got the blues? Only talk about the diamond shoe, do it up good for you, get the rebel. Have you got the blues? 12, I was going to jump the jaw. Snapped on the shoe, I left it right, but the shoe shine rag and held it back. The stop was the wax sweat away. A little boy, we were working out with. But I like it with a big white rim, but the shoe shine rag and he said it again. Get ready. You got the blues, get rhythm. You got the blues. Jump and rhythm, make you feel so fine. Call it to the word, get rhythm. If you got the blues. Thank you, music lovers. I appreciate y'all. Now I want to do the song for you that got Johnny Cash barred from the Grand Ole Opry. There are those out there that say that Johnny Cash used to drink too much. Well, I don't know about that, but it is true. He'd had a few the night he showed up at the Ryman Theater. He was singing this song and he got carried away and stomped out all the footlights. We don't have any footlights. I can't do that part of the show. But you're going to remember this song anyway. It goes just like this right here. Well, my daddy left home when I was 3 and he didn't leave much from the mall. Made just an old guitar and a bottle of booze. I don't care that he loved and hit, but the meanest thing that he ever did is before he left, he went and named me Sue. I must have thought that was a pretty good joke, and we got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal was giggling and I turned red, some guys laughed and I punched his head. Things just ain't that easy for a boy named Sue. I grew up quick and I grew up mean, but this got hard, my wits got keen. Rode from down to town to hide my shame. But I swore by the moon and stars, I'd search those honky tonks and bars, and I'd find that mangy weasel that named me Sue. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I rode into town, my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. There on the street of mud, sitting at a table dealing stud with that mangy rat that went and named me Sue. I knew that snake was my own sweet dad by old photograph of the mall had, and I recognized the scarlet cheek of his evil eye. His begging, bending, dragging old, and I looked at him and my blood run cold and said, hey, my name is Sue, how do you do? Now you are gonna die! Well, I hit him once right between the eyes. He went down into my surprise, come up with a knife and he cut off a chunk of my hair. So I busted a chair right across his teeth and we went through the wall out into the street, kicking and a gouging in the butt and the blood and the beard. Well, I fought tougher, man, but I really don't remember when. He kicked like a mule and he bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh, then I heard him cuss. He went for his gun, but I drew mine first and he stood there in the street. I seen him smile. He said, son, this world is rough. If you're gonna make it, you gotta be tough. And I knew I wouldn't be around to help you along. So I give you that name, I said goodbye. I knew you have to get tough or die. You know it's that name that helps make you strong. Now you just fought one hell of a fight. I know you hate me and you have the right to kill me now. I wouldn't blame you then. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your gut and the spit in your eye. I'm that mangy weasel that named you Sue. What could I do? What could I do? What could I do? I got all choked up. I threw down my gun, called him my paw, he called me a son, and I went away with a different point of view. And I think about him every now and then, every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a boy, I'm gonna name him Irving or Bill or George, anything but Sue. I hate that name. It's an awful name. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Keep those hands together and make welcome my sweet wife, Miss June Carter. June, would you come out here, darling?
Well, how y'all doing? I just couldn't hardly wait to get out here, John, say hi to everybody.
Well, don't
How y'all doing? Oh, good.
You got a question? quit rushing around like that. You could cause yourself an accident, though.
Well, I have never had an accident in my life, John.
You have never had an accident in your entire life.
No, well, there was that time that big old mean bull threw me over the fence.
You don't call that an accident?
No, I really think he did it on purpose.
Oh.
You know, John, I had to go to the doctor today.
Yeah? What?
I did.
What was the day? What happened?
Well, he said every morning I have to take a pink pill and a big glass of water.
Yeah.
And every day at lunchtime I have to take a blue pill with a big glass of water.
Yeah.
And every night I have to take a little green pill with a big glass of water.
Well, what was the matter?
Well, he said I wasn't drinking enough water.
Oh.
And I had to take that big old fat dog to the vet.
You took your big old fat dog to the vet, did you?
I had to take him good. Would you believe that big old fat dog swallowed? He did. He swallowed a bullet.
My goodness, what did the vet say?
He said, well, don't point him at me.
Well, I want you to help me sing a song.
All right, John.
This song right here was written by the great Bob Dylan. You know, Johnny Cash pretty well. I'm not going to say he made Bob Dylan's career, but I tell you, Bob wasn't known to anybody but the folk music world till Johnny Cash put him on his show in 1970, and then everyone knew who Bob Dylan was. And June and Johnny, they recorded one of Bob's songs and won a Grammy for it, as a matter of fact. It goes like this. From my window, leave at your own chosen speed. I'm not the one you want, baby. I'm not the one you need. You say you're looking for someone who's never weak, but always strong, to protect you and defend you. Whether you are right or wrong, someone open each and every door. They need me. No, 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 they need me. They you're looking for. Hey. From the ledge, we're lightly on the ground. I'm not the one you want, babe. I'll only bring you down. You say you're looking for someone who promised never to part. Someone to close his eyes to me. Someone to close his heart. Someone to love you and more. It ain't me. No, 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 it ain't me. It ain't me you're looking for. Babe. Looking for someone to pick you up each time you call. Together flowers constantly, and come each time you call. And I love you for your life and nothing more. It ain't me. No, 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 it ain't me. It ain't me you're looking for, babe. Thank you so much. Well, I got to tell y'all a little something about this next song we're going to do, because the first time I ever laid eyes on John here was at the Ryman Theater at the Grand Ole Opry, and I was singing there with my mother, Mother Maybelle Carter, and the Carter family, and John came backstage after the show, and he said, I'm a really big fan of the Carter family.
But the Carter family, they were the first people to ever sing gospel music on the radio, and John was a gospel music singer. And he looked right at me and he said, and June Carter, he said, I'm a really big fan of yours. I'm going to marry you someday. I thought, Lord, I sure don't need that in my life. I didn't see him again for 7 years. But I guess his eyes of his burned a little hole in my heart. Because I went home that night and I wrote this song. And I wrote it, my sister Anita sang it, and John heard it eventually, and he said, I want to record it. And he did not know till way after he recorded it that it was written about him. That's a true story, y'all. When I was writing this song, it went kind of like this. I fell into the ring of fire. Does that ring a bell? That's it. Well, John got a hold of it, and this is what he did.
Love is a burning thing. It makes a fire red. Bound by wild desire. Into real fire. Oh, I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flame went higher. Burn, burn, burn. That ring of fire. That ring of fire. What taste of love is sweet with hearts like ours. I fell for you like a child. Oh, the farming wild. Oh, I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flame went higher. Burn, burn, burn. That ring of fire. That ring of fire. Oh, and I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, down, down. The flame went higher. Burn, burn, burn. That ring of fire. That ring of fire. We need to do one of those Carter family songs. What do you say? Nice gospel song ought to finish off this part of the set. I remember when I was a lad, times are hard and times are bad. There's a silver lining behind each and every cloud. Just poor people, that's all we were, trying to make a living on the flatland bed. We'd get together in the evening singing loud. Daddy sang blues,
Mama sang
me and little brother be going riding road, singing scenes of hell and trouble. Oh, one of these days they won't be long. I'm gonna join them in a song. I'm hoping that family circle at the corner. Well, the circle won't be broken down. Right by the sing bee.
Mama sang down.
Me and little brother would go riding there in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I remember after would call in all of us. You can hear us singing for a country boy. Little brother is done gone on, I'm gonna join him in a song. Join that family circle and grow. Let us sing, baby.
Mama said,
Be a little country joy and band. Sing together, trouble so. One of these days and it won't be long, I'm joining in a song. I'll join that family circle like a drum. With a circle won't be broken by love, by. Let us sing, leave.
Mama said,
Be a little country joy and band. The sky, in the sky, in the sky, in the sky.
thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. What a wonderful audience we have tonight. What a wonderful bunch here. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to do another one of these songs we won a Grammy for. I'll bet you're going to remember this one. But Johnny Cash, he got out of Arkansas as soon as he could because he hated picking cotton. Joined the military, they sent him to Germany. He went over to Germany, bought his first guitar for $5 over there. Came back to the United States, gonna be a star. Went down to Sun Records, they said, don't come in here, boy. Well, he's got him a job as a door-to-door vacuum cleaner salesman. He hated that job. So he went up to Detroit. He heard they was making a lot of money in Detroit. Well, he got a job on the assembly line, but he hated that job too. So he went back to Memphis, knocked on Sun Records again, and they let him in this time. Said, hey, those some good songs, we'll record those things. But you know that trip to Detroit was not a total waste. He got some material for a good song, and I bet you'll remember this one goes like this. I left Kentucky back in '49. I went to Detroit working on the assembly line. First I spent putting wheels on Cadillacs. Every day I'd watch them beauties roll by, and sometimes I'd hang my head and cry, because I always wanted me one that was long and black. When I devised myself a plan, it'd be the envy of most any man. I'd sneak it out in a lunchbox in my hand. Now getting caught meant getting fired. I think I had it all by the time I retired. I'd have me a car worth at least $100 grand. You know how I did it? I did it one piece at a time. Wouldn't cost me a dime. You know it's me when I go through your town. I'm gonna ride around in style, drive everybody wild. I'll have the only one there is around. Now the first day when I checked in with my big lunchbox and help from my friends, I left that day with a lunchbox full of gear. I never considered myself a thief, but Jim wouldn't miss just one little piece, especially if I strode it out over several years. Next day I got me a big fume pump, then I got an engine in a trunk, then I got a transmission and all chrome. Little stuff I got in my big lunchbox, like nuts and bolts and all four shocks. The big stuff that snuck out from my buddy's mobile home. Up to now, everything was all right till we tried to put it together one night. Then we realized something was definitely wrong. Oh, the motor was a 53 and the transmission was a 63. When we put the bolts in, all the holes was gone. Well, we drilled out the hole so the bolts would fit, and with a little bit of help from an adapter kit, we had that motor running just like a song. And the headlights, they were quite a sight. We had 3 on the front and 2 on the back. When we pull the switch on, all 5 of them come on. Rear end looked like a little funny too. When we put it together, when we was through, because I swear it only had one big tail fin. About then, my wife come out. I can see in her eyes she had her doubts, but she hopped in the back and said, y'all, take me for a spin. Well, we headed uptown to get the tags. I drove straight up that big main drag. You could hear them laughing at me for miles around. But at the courthouse, they did not laugh. Because to write it up, they took the whole staff, and when they was through, the title weighed 40 pounds. You know how I got it? I got it one piece at a time. Wouldn't cost me a dime. You know it's me when I go through your town. I'm gonna ride around inside, drive everybody wild. I'll have the only one that is around. I'm getting a call on my CD. Remember that before cell phone? Come back, good buddy. Yeah. Yeah, Red Rider, is that you? This is the Cyclo-Billy Cadillac coming back at you. What's that, the cost of this car? Well, you might just say I drove up to the factory and picked it up. They're cheaper that way. What's that? The year of this automobile? Funny you should ask. It's a 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61 automobile. It's 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 71, 2006 automobile. Does anybody here old enough to remember Chris Christopherson? Well, back in 1968, things weren't going so good for Chris. He was working as a janitor in a recording studio. Johnny Cash was recording at that studio, and he kept trying to slip him cassettes, trying to get him to listen to his songs so he'd record them. Well, Johnny wasn't getting them, so he started slipping them to June. Well, either June wasn't giving them to Johnny, or he wasn't listening to them, because nothing was happening for Chris. Well, Chris was also a member of the Air National Guard. And him and Johnny had a lot in common in that they liked to drink a little bit too much in the afternoon. This one particular afternoon, Chris had too much to drink, borrowed a helicopter from the Air National Guard, and flew it over to Johnny Cash's house. Landed it in his front yard. Johnny came out to see what was going on. He walked up that helicopter just as Chris was getting out. Chris fell on his head, rolled 3 times, and come up with a cassette tape. And he said, "I got your next hit. Right here." Johnny said, "Boy, I like your style." Come on in the house, let's listen to that tape. He said, "I can't believe you told my whole life story on one side of one cassette. I'm going to record that song." It's a good thing he did too, because he got Chris out of the janitorial business into the songwriting business where he belonged. And it made Johnny a lot of money. And I bet you remember this song. It goes like this. I woke up Sunday morning, no weed over my head, but it hurt. And the beer I had for breakfast tasted good, so I had one more for dessert. I stumbled through the closet, through my clothes, and found my cleanest dirty shirt. I washed my face and combed my hair, stumbled out the door to meet the day. I smoked my mind the night before, all the cigarettes and songs I'd been picking. I stopped beside a Sunday school, I listened to the choir as they were singing. I walked on down the lane, I caught the Sunday smell of someone fried chicken. Took me back to something I lost somewhere somehow along the road. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, wishing, Lord, that I had stoned. There's something in a Sunday makes a body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying. I've been lonesome as the sun on a sweeping city sidewalk Sunday morning. In the park I saw a daddy with a laughing little girl, he was swinging. I stopped beside the park, watching a small kid with his hand he was kicking. I walked on down the lane, and I saw where a lonely bell was ringing. Took me back to something I lost somewhere somehow along the road. On a Sunday morning sidewalk, wishing, Lord, that I had stolen. There's something in a Sunday makes a body feel alone. And there's nothing short of dying. I'm as lonesome as the sun. Oh, the sleep ends to the sidewalk. Sunday morning coming down. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. When Johnny Cash got back from Germany, the first friend he made his son records was Carl Perkins. He was talking to Carl. He said, when I was over in Germany, I went to a dance. I come off the dance floor. This guy said, this girl stomped all over my blue suede shoes. I said, Carl, you ought to write a song about blue suede shoes. He said, if I did, would you record it? He said, sure. I promise you. You write it, I'll record it. Well, as things turned out, by the time he finished writing that song, he came back in the studio, and guess who was sitting in the studio? Elvis was sitting there. Johnny Cash was out on tour by that time. Elvis says, man, I like that song, that's my style. Johnny didn't get the song, Elvis did, but I'm going to show you what it would have been like. It would have been a little bit like this if Johnny had got his hands on it. It would have ended up like this. One for the money, two for the show, three to get ready, now go, can't go, don't sell my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but wear off my blue suede shoes. You can knock me down, stomp on my face, slander my name all over the place. Do anything that you want to do, oh honey, off of them shoes. Sell my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but off of my blue suede shoes. You can knock me down, steal my car, drink my liquor from an old freight jar. Do anything you want to do, oh honey, lay off of my shoes. Don't you sell my blue suede shoes. You can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. Oh! Thank you very much. How about this is the most requested song I've ever had. This is a hum along. Are you humming? Oh, back in the back, you're not humming. Close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the end up for the time that by. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I find myself alone each day soon. You know I'd even be a fool for you. Because you're mine, I won't lie. You guys, you think you're off work just because Leanne left? You got your CD, you're not working for them. Very, very easy to be true. I found myself alone each day through. You fool for you, because you're mine. I walk the line. Oh. As sure as night is dark and day is light, I want to be with you till every night. And loving you only proves that's right, because you're mine. I walk the line. Your last chance to hum. A close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the end out for the tide that binds, because you're mine. I walk the line. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. In 1970 and 1972, Johnny Cash had the #1 TV show in the whole United States. Anybody wanted to be on the Johnny Cash Hour. One person that was on there more than anybody else was Miss Dolly Parton. We're going to try to recreate a little bit of that tonight. Make welcome to the stage the one and only Dolly Parton!
Looking like that.
Want to move on, well,
Just a step in the boss man's life. You got a dream, he'll never take away. Well, you say boat with a lot of your food, waiting for the day your ship come in. I'm turn in your road. Working 9 to 5, oh, baby, dancing by. Use your mind. Well, they never did us credit, sir. It's enough to drive you crazy. 9 to 5, oh, folks in the boat. Better life on anything that knows. It's a rich man's game. Well, no matter what you call, we spend our life jumping money in the water. 9 to 5, oh, for service and devotion. Come on, girls, we all deserve a little promotion. You're your dream. Well, no matter what you call, we spend our life just putting money in the water. Oh, 9 to 5, well, bye, everybody, I love you. I'll turn it back over to y'all. Put money in water, hey, hey, hey.
Dolly! I'll tell you what, let's get everybody back out here. Miss Leanne, you hear me back there? Where you at?
I'm in the back.
You're in the back.
I'm gonna be in the back.
There she goes. There she goes. Miss Leanne Williams. Give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Leanne Williams. We got Miss Ruby Tuesday, Dolly Carden here, too.
All right.